check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. What's up? Welcome back. Thanks for joining. I'm doing something creative again today. Try to do that for you guys. I try to do some kind of unique stuff that I don't see all the time on Volkswagens and or golf carts or anything garage related. So I've got this, actually I don't know what this rack is called. Over a window, rear over a window rack. I'm not really sure what this is called. Rear roof rack. I don't know. So I got this. It's got the wood on it already. I've got the wood down here. So let me show you what I've had sitting around the garage and let me know what you think of this idea. I think this is going to look really cool. But before I show you what I'm going to do, I got to show off the new banner in the garage. Picked this up at Bug Jam 2023 yesterday. That was in the interior building with the AC where the bathrooms are, just in case you want to go check that out. Well, today was the last day, so that doesn't matter now. But anyways, I found this banner and I thought, oh my God, I've got to have it because it's the same color as Punchy. Grew up as an 80s kid, 90s kid watching Smurfs, so it just made sense. It's the wrong year, but that's okay. All right, let me show you my idea. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I bought an old 1990s Chevy van, like a 1990. It was that kind that had like the curtains and the windows and the sides and the full couch. It was like 3-row seating. Well, I was gonna take that van, strip it clean, and make it into a painting van for me when I go paint murals full time. So anyways, that didn't happen. I sold it. But these came out of the interior of it, and I thought I would keep them for something. I didn't know exactly what I'd be keeping them for, but I told myself, you will need these for something sometime. So I think I found that sometime. So let me show you. So it's a pretty close match to the wood that's already on the back rack here. It's not an identical match, but it's a little bit lighter. But it's pretty close to the side here as well. So I thought what I wanted to do, since I got this rack, this opening right here, I just felt like it's always needed something. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this wood, I'm gonna cut a nice little curve on the end there, and I'm gonna basically cut another curve on the other end to match this, and then I'm gonna screw it in here, screw it in this middle brace, and then screw it in this back curve. So basically gonna have a strip of wood on the side of the rack as well. And then I might use this, since I gotta cut this in half, I'll have two identical lengths. I'm gonna go ahead and see if a second one, even below that horizontal bar, will add anything, or if it's just gonna be too much. But I've got 3 of these strips of wood. I assumed I'd use them on the Bug, and I think this is the most appropriate use for them, just to give me something a little bit different than maybe other people have with this style rack. I like to stand out a little bit, do some cool, unique stuff. And I think this is gonna work. So I'm gonna cut these to match those curves in the rack, and we're gonna get these screwed in with some nice stainless steel screws that I've had kind of sitting around, also needing a purpose. So I got a little 4-pound Twix out here giving me a hand today. You ready to do this, buddy? All right, let's do it. Step 1. All right, first step. Got a couple clamps. Whoa. Don't bang up the paint job, bro. Careful, careful. Okay, so I want to try to utilize some of these holes that are already pre-drilled in it. So I'm going to take this middle one, line it up to where it will mount right into this crossbar here. So I'm just going to kind of line that up, looking through. Make sure this is nice and level with the top bar and the bottom bar. Go ahead and clamp these on. You can even go as far as using a tape measure to measure this. I eye stuff up all the time, being a mural artist and painting straight lines and everything. I'm going to get it close enough on willing to say that this is just going to be just fine. All right, let's move on to step 2. Step 2, grab a beer and drink at least half of it. And then move on to the official step 2. All right. Step 2, once you got this clamped up here and it's all nice and secure, go ahead and get yourself a pencil. Doesn't matter what kind. I just have this construction pencil laying around. I'm gonna go on the back side of this board and I'm just gonna draw that curve. Run that pencil right along that curve. Come up to the front. Do the same thing. Make sure it's on there good before you take that board off. You go ahead and declamp this. I'm going to take it right outside the garage and I'm going to use a jigsaw and I'm going to cut those curves. Then I'm going to take this second piece and I'm going to lower it down behind or right below this bar, clamp it on and do the same thing.
Ooh. Aha.
All right, let's go. Uno. Okay, I know I just said uno on that last little clip, but I don't think I'm gonna do 2 of them. Only because I would have a hole drilled in the piece of wood, but nothing to screw it to. I would have to just put a screw in it, I guess, just to fill the hole. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start with the one and just kind of check it out for a week or 2 and see if it grows on me. Or I guess what I should have done is given myself a little bit more here and not cut it so short, because it's like right with the curve of the metal here, so I don't have a whole lot of room. The head of my screw is going to be pretty close to the edge there, so I'm going to have to be real careful drilling that out. This one will be fine, and then again this one's like right at the edge there, so I would have said maybe next time. I still could do it. I got two more of these pieces of wood to cut this out just a hair farther so that the screw doesn't go in like the edge of the wood there. So I don't know. We'll give it a try, see what happens. Okay, so here's the stainless steel screw that I'm going to try to use. It's like a hex head. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to use this. It's a nice skinny one and it's the perfect length. It'll just come out enough on the other side to get a nut totally screwed on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw these in, but first I gotta drill a hole. Just got a little guy here, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill these 3 holes, and then we're gonna slide these bolts through, and then throw a nut on the other side and step back and see how it looks. Alright, so before we start the next step, which I believe is step number 3, 2, who cares. Anyways, next step, finish the other half of your beer, and then drill your holes. Cheers. Okay, so real quick, if you're gonna do this, make sure the rack is really tight on the car, because it just, I don't know if you saw that, but it moved on me while I'm trying to drill that, and that would be bad. This just kind of came crashing down and effed up my whole new paint job. So anyways, I'm gonna tighten this down here and here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drill that.
Snug those down real good. I forgot that I never snugged up the hardware for this when I put it back on here after painting the car. Now we're on there snug. Commence drilling.
Feed it through here. Feed it through there. And then I've got another washer, or I had one. Put a washer and a nut on the back. It's nice and level. Keep your gaps the same the whole way. That's good. Make sure it's just matched up nice. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead clamp these again.
Give myself enough room to drill a hole. I'm gonna go ahead and drill a hole here. Okay.
Got it on backwards. I can snug these down and then we'll take a final look. Okay, so I got this coconut. I've been holding on to this thing because I thought it kind of fits the theme of this car. So if you got any ideas for me of what I can do with this, let me know. I don't want to snug these down too much and crack that wood, that's for sure. Here we go. See how close that was to the edge? I don't know if there's any other way around that, but it's okay. All right, so we got this raw edge here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of the wood stain that I bought for doing my running boards down here, which I have to finish up the second part to that video. And I'm just gonna get a little brush and just brush that on to darken it up to match. So this is really just a quick little project. There's really nothing too fancy about it. It's just to add a little bit more character, give a little bit more wood. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it, of course, because I went through this effort and I like the way it looks. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the one for now. If I do a second one, I'll be sure to show you guys. So, all right, cool. Thanks for watching Punchy's Garage. Till the next time, peace out. Okay, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the right there, and make sure you check out my other video on the left. See you on the next one.